change it first from printer to the 78001. That'll be the color one. And then make sure it says Tabloid. Just a FYI, if it says hide, if you don't see any of that, it's because the hide details on. So click on show details and do those items. So Tabloid is going to be 11 by 17. Then click on where it says preview, go down to Xerox features. And you're interested in this one. The paper has the option of other color. It's just going to be white, so don't change that. And then go to other type, and you want to change it to cardstock. If you want it double-sided, that's fine. You could just leave it no. If not, just do one-sided print. But really, I only have one image here, so that doesn't really matter. So everything else is okay here. To the preview option here and just make sure it fits everything that I want. If your paper is sized correctly, just 100 would actually work. In my case, this is slightly different, so I'm gonna have to do the print entire image like that. So again, this should be 100 if you're using the template. Okay, so 11 by 17, all that, and then click on print. So you will find the paper that is a 100-pound cover stock in this cabinet. This is black and white laser for the 55, which is actually wrong, but it is actually in this box that says Cougar. This information is wrong. It's just a box. They stuck the paper in here, so it looks like this. It's a much thicker paper. You can tell compared to the flimsy quality of this paper. So you want this one. It's much brighter. You take this paper. You put it inside the manual feeder tray. Make sure that these are nice and snug, and you're ready to go to print. All right, so I found out that this tray sensor mechanism is a little finicky. So I'm gonna put in actually more than one sheet. So there's actually multiple sheets here. The extra weight ideally will push down the sensor down here to let it know that there's actually paper. So if you only stick one sheet, it may not be heavy enough. So grab a few more sheets, stick it on there, and then go ahead and print your work. So I'm gonna press on the print like that. I already have the settings set up before. Go over here, and it may say like, hey, make sure you change the loaded paper to be those settings that we sent to the machine. And that's correct. If you leave it alone, eventually it'll just print. But you can go ahead and press OK to speed things up, and then it will go and print. We have our print here. Hooray! Now, let me just show you what happens if there is a negative error that I was going to talk about. So here I'm just putting just one sheet. Now it's heavy, so the weight of the paper is slightly pulling down like that, which doesn't put enough weight at the sensor. So you may run into this error, so I just want to make sure you know what to look for. So I'm going to press print again. It goes over here. Well, it's okay, so it's warmed up and it recognizes it, but I guess if I pull this out here, you may run into this thing where it says, hey, look, the tray is empty because it's not weighted down, it's not affecting the sensor. So either put more or make sure it's in there, or even slightly lift it up like that, and then you can undo this error. I'm gonna try and do this and see if that will. There we go. So by lifting it up and holding it, I'm putting pressure towards the front, towards the machine. And I can just press OK here, and it knows that there's paper, right? So if you run into like, hey, I stuck the paper, it's not printing, it's because of that issue. All right, and there we go.